When we know that cancer is life-threatening and it is growing rampantly, we have to focus about prevention. Always prevention is better than cure. So what are the chances? What are the reasons for cancer? One of the major reasons which is the scientific study reveals is when mitochondria in our cell starts producing energy, it releases reactive oxygen species. And this ROS is being regularly scavenged, cleaned by our T2 cells and beta cells. But when our immunity is low and when the scavenging doesn't happen, these ROS, the reactive oxygen species, they contract a tumor cell and try to create a tumor. The tumor grown in the body, when it moves into other parts, that is proliferation through lymph nodes, and then it becomes metastatic condition. So that's where the patient doesn't come back. So we have to prevent cancer from the beginning itself. So we should try to eat less toxic food, food which is more organic, so that our immunity is up, and we should try to consume more curds, because curds alone can build our gut microbiota, and lactobacillus, when it is in full form, it will process our food and send vitamins into our body and reduce the toxins. We will find many people who are very bulky but of less energy because their body is filled with toxins. The best example for these toxins and the overweight is the recent legislation by American Senate prohibiting usage of antibiotics on cattle, because the cattle growers had been injecting antibiotics to the animals so that they grow faster, they grow heavier, so that they get more money, which is selling unhealthy meat, unhealthy fresh. So we have to understand that the legislations across the globe, the thought process across the scientific community is you should have proper gut microbiota, lactobacillus, which will process your food and convert the food into vitamins and minerals and make you healthy. So consumption of these curds, and when we are eating meat, all meat lovers have to understand that when you are cooking meat and barbecuing meat, meat releases polyaromatic carbon ring. And this polyaromatic carbon ring, when it settles upon the meat, it will form the layer on the colon, and then incidence of colon cancer occurs. There are many patients, Western world, they are worried about consumption of meat because they do not use spices. If you look into the consumption of meat vis-a-vis Europe, vis-a-vis India, we have equal meat eaters in India. But incidence of colon cancer, when compared to the Europe and India, we have lesser incidence because we had been using spices. It's always advisable to use spices like garlic, ginger, cinnamon, pepper, nutmeg. These spices, they create a competitive aromatic ring. They are all aromatic spices. When they create the competitive aromatic ring, they subside the polyaromatic ring created by the meat, and then they eliminate the stickiness, and they allow the digestion of the meat in our system very faster, and they will not allow any residual impurities to be left out in the colon to create a colon cancer or any other cancers. Whenever a meat eater wants to eat, let him eat it with more spices rather than pure red chili powder, which are common household use. Red chili powder is also carcinogenic. It's not health chili powder. It is always advisable to use spices, and then this will help in reducing incidence of cancer.